the poor people and also protected the constitution and fundamental rights. This vice presidential contest is an ideological battle. It is not just a battle, it is an ideological battle, and all the opposition party agreed on this. That's why we are contesting unitedly. The opposition parties have nominated Sri B. Sudershan Reddy Garu as their joint candidate since he reflects fully and values that saved our country's freedom movement so profoundly, and the values on which our country's constitution and democracy have been ensured. All these values are under assault, and therefore our collective and determined resolve to fight this election. So this is the name, and we had meeting just now and everybody consented and agreed this name. So we are fielding him as a vice president candidate. Thank you very much.
नमस्कार साथियों, अभी खड़गे जी ने जो घोषणा की है, सुप्रीम कोर्ट के पूर्व न्यायाधीश बी सुदर्शन रेड्डी जी विपक्ष की ओर से एक जॉइंट उम्मीदवार हैं इस उपराष्ट्रपति चुनाव के लिए। इन्होंने अभी कहा है कि उपराष्ट्रपति चुनाव एक विचारधारा का टक्कर है, और क्योंकि सुदर्शन रेड्डी जी हमारे स्वाधीनता संग्राम और हमारे संविधान के मूल्यों को प्रतिबिंबित करते हैं, मूल्यों के लिए उन्होंने अपनी सारी जीवन लड़ाई लड़ी है, वो उम्मीदवार बने हैं। और सारे विपक्ष पार्टियों ने सर्वसम्मति से इनका नाम चुना है। मैं खड़गे जी का शुक्रगुजार हूं कि उन्होंने सारे विपक्ष के पार्टियों के ओर से देश को एक विकल्प के रूप में बी सुदर्शन रेड्डी गारू का नाम उपराष्ट्रपति के लिए घोषणा की है। मैं अभी आपको भोजन के लिए आमंत्रित करता हूं। शुक्रिया।
We are going to file the nomination on 21st. So the importance of candidate and how important he is already Jairam Ramesh explained. Further, I don't want to say anything. Thank you for all the media people coming, and tomorrow all opposition party members, MPs are meeting in Central Hall 1 o'clock. This is for your kind information. Thank you.
I'll add one more thing. Just to add one more point. Mr. Kharge has said everything there is. All opposition parties is the phrase he used quite correctly. Just to let you all know, the I.N.D.I. party is also on board.
All right, so consensus finally reached in the I.N.D.I. camp. The I.N.D.I. has picked its vice presidential candidate for the polls, B. Sudarshan Reddy, former judge of the Supreme Court of India and also the first Lokayukt of Goa, is I.N.D.I. Bloc's pick for the VP polls. Let's go across to my colleague Mohit, who's joining us on the broadcast with more details. So it's now going to be C.P. Radhakrishnan, who is NDA's candidate, versus B. Sudarshan Reddy, I.N.D.I.'s candidate for the VP polls.
Well, yes, in fact, Swati, and it was expected that after the announcement of C.P. Radhakrishnan as the candidate for the VP by the NDA, there would be somebody from the southern part of the country that will be announced by the opposition parties, the like-minded opposition parties, I must say, because there are certain opposition parties which are in touch with the BJP when it comes to the candidature of C.P. Radhakrishnan. But yes, around 20 to 22 parties they have decided that B. Sudershan Reddy would be their VP candidate, and he has been a former judge of the Supreme Court, the first Lokayukta of Goa. So we will see that the battle of the two candidates who are from the southern part of the country, that will take place. When it comes to the electoral college, when it comes to numbers, Swati, the NDA is comfortably placed. The numbers are in favor of C.P. Radhakrishnan, but the opposition parties wanted to contest. They did not want to give a walkover to the NDA, and perhaps that is why they have decided that B. Sudarshan Reddy would be the candidate who hails from Telangana, who has been a former Chief Justice of Guwahati High Court, who has been, when it comes to the law faculty of the country, when it comes to the Supreme Court judge, he has held various important positions. So clearly what we see is that C.P. Radhakrishnan is the NDA candidate, and B. Sudarshan Reddy is the candidate from the opposition party. So he will be filing his nomination on 21st of August, and then we'll have the election. So clearly the message is loud and clear from the opposition parties that they know they do not have the numbers, but then they are fighting these elections, so they do not want to give walkover to the NDA's candidate.
Right. So two messages actually that came through during this announcement, Mohit. One is that there is consensus because they've finally been able to pick the VP candidate for the polls, and two, that the entire opposition is together. There is no rift between the opposition, because right after the announcement of the name, there was a special announcement that Aam Party is also on board, just to make it clear that everybody is on board in the I.N.D.I. camp.
Well, yes, Swati, and when it comes to INDI Bloc, Aam Aadmi Party has not been attending the meetings of the INDI Bloc. They are formally out of the INDI Bloc, but then when it comes to the candidature of the Vice President, what we see is that Aam Aadmi Party was on the same bloc, and hence perhaps that is why when these press conferences are being called in recently by the opposition party, they say that these are press conferences of the like-minded opposition parties, not the INDI Bloc party. So clearly the message is loud and clear that the opposition parties are together, and this message was also important, Swati, given the fact that how there is a message that is being given by the opposition parties that they are together, protesting together on the issue of SIR, and hence when it comes to the candidature of Vice President, what we see is that the opposition parties, the like-minded opposition parties, as they say, are together. So Mallikarjun Kharge, the Congress president, while he was addressing a press conference, he stated that every single party which was present over there are on the same board when it comes to the name of B. Sudarshan Reddy as the candidate from the opposition. So what we'll see is that the elections will surely take place, though Rajnath Singh was assigned duty by the BJP and the NDA to reach out to the opposition party. He has reached out to Jagan Mohan Reddy. He has reached out to Mallikarjun Kharge also. But what we are being told is that Mallikarjun Kharge clearly stated that they will be filing their own candidate. Their candidate will be contesting the elections. So yes, there are certain parties which the BJP is trying to get the support of.
Absolutely. Now the messaging behind NDA's VP pick is something that we'll discuss in detail. Mohit, stay on with us. Just a little bit of information about B. Sudarshan Reddy, who is the I.N.D.I. Bloc's candidate. Like you've also been pointing out, he was elected as president of Andhra Pradesh High Court Advocates Association in 1993, served as a legal advisor of Osmania University. He became the Supreme Court judge and served between 2007 to 2011, then went on to become the first Goa Lokayukta in March 2013. He was also Chief Justice of the Guwahati High Court, and he was elected as the Chief Justice of Guwahati High Court in 2005. Let's go back to Mohit now. Mohit, like you said, that NDA has the numbers, but NDA was looking for wider support. Also, the messaging that NDA was trying to send across through their candidate.
Well, yes, in fact, Swati, when it comes to the NDA's candidate, we saw that how the BJP and the NDA wanted that there should be a consensus when it comes to the candidature of C.P. Radhakrishnan. But yes, the Congress party has been saying this, that the contest of the VP is about the clash of ideologies, the ideology of the NDA versus the ideology of the like-minded opposition parties, including the Congress. And hence, to show that they are together, to show that they're not giving walkover to the BJP, and to show that they are opposed to the ideology of the BJP, because remember, many of the Congress leaders have come out and they have said that CP Radhakrishnan is somebody who hails from the RSS, and RSS has been against the constitution. This has been said by the Congress party multiple times, and they have raised questions on the background of CP Radhakrishnan, and hence it was just a matter of time that the Congress, the opposition parties come together and they decide upon a name, and now they have decided upon the name of B. Reddy. Yeah.
Absolutely. Mohit, stay on with us. Now, the Vice President of India is elected by members of both Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. It also includes nominated members of the upper house. And for a candidate to win, the candidate needs at least 394 votes. So if you go by the math, the logic and the numbers that the NDA and the I.N.D.I. camps have, well, NDA has sufficient numbers, including the nominated members. Let me also go across to our legal editor, Harish, joining us in the broadcast with more details. Harish, the I.N.D.I. bloc has finally made the announcement. B. Sudershan Reddy is their candidate for the VP polls. Former Supreme Court judge, also the first Lokayukt of Goa.
Yes, the opposition vice president candidate pick is Justice B. Sudershan Reddy. He was enrolled as an advocate at Hyderabad with the Bar Council of Andhra Pradesh on December 27, 1971, and he had practiced in writ and civil matters in the High Court of Andhra Pradesh. He worked as a government pleader in High Court during 88 to 90. He also worked as additional standing counsel for central government for a period of 6 months during 1990. And he worked as a legal advisor and standing counsel for Osmania University. He was appointed as a permanent judge of the Andhra Pradesh High Court on May 2, 1995.
That also may happen. Anyhow, the selection of the candidate, ours is the best, and we are really happy to have such a candidate. Thank you very much.
देखिए, आंध्र प्रदेश हाई कोर्ट के जज रहे हैं, आसाम हाई कोर्ट के चीफ जस्टिस रहे हैं, सुप्रीम कोर्ट के जज रहे हैं। ये कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल वैल्यूज को, सोशल जस्टिस को, रिप्रेजेंटेशन को, इन तमाम चीजों को लेके उन्होंने पूरी लंबी लड़ी है उस जमाने से आज तक। ये हमारी लड़ाई आज देश में आइडियोलॉजिकल लड़ाई चल रही है, हर पद के लिए आइडियोलॉजिकल लड़ाई चल रही है। और पिछले हमारे एक्सपीरियंसेस थे, उसमें हम लोग को लगा कि कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन को जो अपहोल्ड करता है, उसके वैल्यूज को जो सिंबलाइज करता है, उस वैल्यूज को जो रिप्रेजेंट करता है, वैसे आदमी को डालना चाहिए, इसीलिए इस कैंडिडेट को लाया।
मैम, इन इंग्लिश ऑल्सो
தொடர்ந்து அவரும் இந்திய மக்களுக்காக நீதிபதியாக இருந்த பொழுது.
All right. So, of course, every political party there talking about how their decision is the best, vouching for their own candidate. But the I.N.D.I. says that the reason why they have chosen B. Sudershan Reddy as their candidate for the VP polls is because he is somebody who represents, understands and upholds constitutional values. So that's what the I.N.D.I. bloc leaders are saying about their selection. V. Sudarshan Reddy served as the first Lokayukt of Goa. He hails from Andhra Pradesh. Remember, we told you how there were talks in the I.N.D.I. camp that there should be a candidate who hails from the southern part of India after BJP made its announcement. But BJP's choice was CP Radhakrishnan. Let's listen to more reactions coming in.
Ideological struggle, ideological fight. So the opposition parties, all the parties come together to choose one single candidate as against a candidate who comes from a Hindutva background, RSS background, and we are opposing the BJP candidate. And this is a divisive politics which they've been propagating, trying to propagate in this country. And that is what our answer to that is to bring in a person who values the Constitution. They are trying to do away with the Constitution. They've never respected the Constitution or the Parliament. The candidate which the opposition has chosen is a person who respects the Constitution of this country and also the people of this country. People who care about this country, people who believe in the democracy and it has to be upheld, will definitely vote for the opposition candidate, Mr. Sudarshan Reddy.
Thank you. The CTR is also from Tamil Nadu. So,
Kanimori is saying that the idea behind INDI's VP pick was someone who respects the constitution, upholds the constitution, cares about the country and democracy as well. Let me go across to Mr. G.S. Prashant of the BJP joining us in the broadcast. If you can hear me, Kanimori just said the NDA candidate comes from the Hindutva and RSS background. And I.N.D.I.'s whole idea was to bring in someone who respects, upholds and represents constitutional values.
If anybody who is respecting constitution, it is definitely NDA. Because all of us are aware what Congress did to the constitution during 1975. So therefore, Congress should never speak about constitution, because if anybody who has defamed the constitution and who have defamed the architect of the constitution, Baba Sahib Ambedkar.
But it's not just Congress, everyone
Yes.
in the I.N.D.I.
Congress. No, I'm saying, see, INDI alliance is a part of the Congress-led alliance. Okay, INDI alliance is against the framers of constitution because they have gone against Baba Sahib's constitution also. So
Okay.
they have disrespected the constitution the most. So for photo ops, they're making this statement saying that they respect constitutional authorities. They have never respected the constitution. They have carried out activities as if it's their family.
Okay, so you're saying this is just photo op. Just photo op.
Definitely.
Okay, and lip service. All right. Sir, I request you to please stay on with us. We also have Mr. Saravanan of the DMK joining us in the broadcast. Your counter.
Yeah. See, who could be a better choice than a retired Supreme Court judge for this constitutional office? If you ask me personally, who's better qualified? Is it Mr. C.P. Radhakrishnan, who is an out-and-out RSS and a BJP man, or a constitutional, who was an earlier constitutional functionary who will uphold? He will be a striking contrast to Mr. Dankar, who, though a lawyer, Supreme Court senior lawyer, and was a vice president, he did not follow any of the rules and regulations. But here we have one of the erudite scholar. So this is what the India Alliance is offering. Contrast this with an RSS Pracharak. And people of the country have understood what the BJP stands for.
You know, interesting that you bring up Mr. Dhankar's name. You're saying he did not follow any rules or regulations, but the moment he resigned, opposition said there's something fishy.
Yes. Yeah, see, as investigative journalists, you should find out where he is. There is rampant social media posts which say that he is under house arrest. Why has he not come out in the public at all? If this could happen to a constitutional functionary, imagine the plight of the common man in the BJP-ruled country. This should not happen.
One should also find out what led to the sudden change of heart of the opposition from opposing Mr. Dhankar to all of a sudden sympathies with him. But let me take a quick response from G.S. Prashant on that. Go ahead.
See, this is the mindset of the India Alliance. Now they want to defame the vice president who holds the position, saying that he did not follow the rules, which means they have never respected any authority who has upheld any position, who has upheld the law, who has respect for constitution. India Alliance will never respect. All that they want is dynasty politics and a family rule, and they're happy with it. So therefore, anybody who's picked as a choice by upholding values, they will not want to support. And you look at it from BJP's point of view, our senior leaders have spoken to majority of the parties who are not in India also in trying to arrive at a consensus.
All right, so you're saying this is just a photo op. The opposition says we wanted someone who upholds constitutional values, and that's why B. Sudershan Reddy is our choice. Thank you very much, Mr. Prashant and Mr. Saravanan, for joining us. Let's listen to some reactions.
न केवल लीडिंग और रूलिंग पार्टी, बल्कि मैं समझता हूं जिस पार्टी को वहां की 75% जनता का समर्थन है, वो पार्टी रेड्डी जी के साथ है।
आखिरी प्रश्न मेरा एसआईआर को लेकर होगा। 18,000 एफिडेविट आप लोग दे चुके हैं। सुरेश जी ने भी ये बोला है, इलेक्शन कमीशन की तरफ से उन्होंने बोला है कि कोई एक्नॉलेजमेंट नहीं। आप कैसे कहें?
कैसे एक्नॉलेजमेंट नहीं है? मेल किए हैं, मेल की रिसिप्ट आप सबके बीच सर्कुलेट की आदरणीय राष्ट्रीय अध्यक्ष जी ने, उनकी कॉपी, फोटो कॉपी हमने सबको सर्कुलेट की, पूरे देश को दिखाया है। अब तब भी चुनाव आयोग को नहीं दिख रहा है। मैं समझता हूं इस
All right, so that was a reaction coming in from the Samajwadi Party. We heard the reasons why B. Sudarshan Reddy has been chosen by the I.N.D.I. bloc. Kanimori says that the candidate, according to them, is someone who upholds, understands and also represents constitutional values. And anyone and everyone who cares about democracy and the country will vote for him. Let me go across. Mr. Rashid Alvi joining us on the broadcast. Thank you very much for speaking with us, Mr. Rashid Alvi. So B. Sudershan Reddy is I.N.D.I. Bloc's choice for the VP polls. Bharatiya Janata Party reacting to it, saying this is nothing but just a photo op, a decision taken by those who themselves do not respect the constitution. How do you respond to that?
It is laughable. BJP always criticizes us, but you know, as a judge, he understands Constitution of India. He knows Constitution of India, and that is the reason we have chosen him. And being a vice president, he will chair even the proceedings of Rajya Sabha. So definitely, such kind of learned person is required to be vice president of India. And BJP has chosen its president of Tamil Nadu. Basically, it is not a political position. It is not a political post. A vice president should be an independent person. So our candidate doesn't belong to any political party. He's a retired judge. All members of parliament should come out to support him if they have really respect for the constitution. And it is BJP which has been insulting the constitution continuously.
Okay.
They are taking such decisions which are contrary to constitution. It is only opposition parties which have respect for the constitution, which follow constitution. That is the reason we have chosen a candidate who understands Constitution of India.
All right, Mr. Alvi, thank you very much for speaking with us. We also have Fakhrul Hasan Chand of the Samajwadi Party joining us on the broadcast. Fakhrul Hasan साहब, बीजेपी के कुछ लोगों से हमारी बात हुई. GS प्रसाद जो भारतीय जनता पार्टी के, उनका कहना कि वो लोग जो खुद संविधान का सम्मान नहीं करते, वो कह रहे हैं कि उनके वो इस फैसले के पीछे की वजह यह है कि कोई ऐसा व्यक्ति जो कि समझता है कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल वैल्यूज को, संविधान को, और उसकी रिस्पेक्ट करता है, ऐसे व्यक्ति को हमने अपना कैंडिडेट बनाया.
नहीं, देखिए, जो इंडिया गठबंधन का प्रत्याशी है वो कोई राजनीतिक दल से जुड़ा हुआ नहीं है, और भारतीय जनता पार्टी के जो प्रत्याशी हैं वो सबको पता है कि उनकी विचारधारा क्या है. और भारतीय जनता पार्टी ने पहले जब प्रत्याशी घोषित किया, उससे पहले क्या कोई प्रयास किया था कि आप जो है एक राय बना लीजिए कि सब लोगों की एक राय हो जाए? क्या प्रयास किया? जब प्रत्याशी आपने घोषित कर दिया, उसके बाद राजनाथ जी ने कुछ लोगों से बात करने का प्रयास किया, उनसे बात की. तो सवाल ये कि आप लोकतंत्र की जो परंपराएं हैं, संसद की संसदीय परंपराएं रही हैं, उन परंपराओं को क्या भारतीय जनता पार्टी मान रही है? उन ट्रेडिशंस को क्या उनको फॉलो करती है? जब आप कर नहीं रहे हैं तो आप दूसरे से सवाल क्या कर रहे हैं? आप चुनाव है, चुनाव की तारीख घोषित हुई है, आपने प्रत्याशी घोषित किया बिना किसी से राय लिए, बिना किसी से बात किए. तो इंडिया गठबंधन का भी ये दायित्व है कि हम जो लोकतंत्र है, हम जो संविधान ने हमें अधिकार दिया है, तो इंडिया गठबंधन ने भी अपना प्रत्याशी खड़ा किया. इस पे भाजपा को हाय था वो मचाने की क्या जरूरत है? आपने क्या किसी से बात करके अपने प्रत्याशी घोषित किया था? आपकी अपनी राय थी, एनडीए गठबंधन की, हमारी अपनी राय है. और ये चुनाव.
तो फखरुल हसन चांद जी, एक बात मैं आपसे समझना चाहूंगी कि क्योंकि देखिए आखिरकार ये पूरा का पूरा जो है नंबर गेम होता है, तो आपको लग रहा है कि इस वक्त ये मैसेजिंग के बारे में ज्यादा है?
नहीं, देखिए, सवाल ये क्या भारतीय जनता पार्टी की बहुमत की सरकार है क्या? और जो दल उनके साथ समर्थन कर रहे हैं, उनको जो सरकार में शामिल हैं, क्या वो भारतीय जनता पार्टी की विचारधारा वाले व्यक्ति को एक ऐसे पद पे बैठाना चाहेंगे? जो बात अभी अलवी जी कह रहे थे कि हमारा प्रत्याशी वो किसी राजनीतिक दल से या किसी राजनीतिक विचारधारा से जुड़ा हुआ नहीं है, तो एक विचारधारा का व्यक्ति सामने, एक नॉन पॉलिटिकल व्यक्ति सामने, तो ये तो सांसदों को तय करना है. जो लोग हैं उनको अपने मन की आवाज को सुनना पड़ेगा कि एक ऐसा व्यक्ति जो सबकी सुने, क्योंकि उपराष्ट्रपति का जिस सदन चलाना है, तो उनका जो दायित्व है वो बिना भेदभाव के हो, सबकी बात सुनी जाए, पक्ष विपक्ष सबकी बात सुनी जाए. आज जो लोग सत्ता के साथ हैं, हो सकता है कल सत्ता के साथ ना हो, तो ऐसे व्यक्ति को चुनना चाहिए जो किस दलगत राजनीति से अलग हो, जो पॉलिटिकल व्यक्ति ना हो. इसलिए जो इंडिया गठबंधन का प्रत्याशी है वो बेहतर प्रत्याशी है, और सबको अपने मन की आवाज सुननी चाहिए.
ऑल राइट, फखरुल हसन चांद जी, बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया आपका हमसे बात करने के लिए. दैट वाज मिस्टर फखरुल हसन चांद ऑफ द समाजवादी पार्टी. Reactions coming in from the I.N.D.I. bloc. Leaders of the I.N.D.I. are saying this is an ideological fight. The N.D.A. candidate comes from Hindutva background, from the RSS background, and that's why the I.N.D.I. wanted to pick a candidate who represents the constitutional values, and everyone who cares for the country and democracy, according to Kanimuri, will vote for the I.N.D.I. candidate. So it's C.P. Radhakrishnan, the N.D.A. candidate, versus B. Sudershan Reddy of the I.N.D.I. bloc now for the VP polls. Quick break for that.